Hi guys, something is off. I'm not feeling my scripts, but I have to post something this week, so here's what I came up with. Hopefully I'll figure out what I'm supposed to be posting. I'm ambidextrous. I started off left-handed, but of course, my traditional Asian mom made me switch, but I never stopped using my left hand. I'm a brain nerd. I've trained myself to use both hands for handwriting, handling a computer mouse, and chokarak, chopsticks. By the way, it makes no sense why people only use one hand and side of their body for everything. What happens if, knock on wood, something happens to your dominant side? As mentioned in a previous video, I'm on a self-created anti-nursing home dementia prevention lifestyle program, which means doing activities to keep my body and brain healthy and active, such as using both hands and sides of my body. Anyway, my left-brained, logical, quantitative brain loves numbers and stats and data. I'm currently at 437 followers on Instagram. I broke 400 followers in March. That number might not seem like a lot, but as a former antisocial bitch who was in a very deep existential crisis for several years and was like, fuck capitalism, fuck this harsh existence, that's saying something. Long story short, I got through it and emerged stronger than before, and I'm on a mission to share how I survived that depressive time with others. It's a major theme in my book, and I will also be talking about it on my social media. Anyway, the bare minimum for the Instagram algorithm to take you seriously, apparently, is 500 followers. No idea how I'm going to get there. I know I need to post more, but it takes time to come up with quality content, and I want to be authentic and organic and not post for the sake of posting. It's a struggle every day to balance writing, working on social media, and doing everything else. Life admin, dance class, yoga, going out and being social, because that's important too. And I'm ready for that now. But I made a schedule with tasks and time slots, so hopefully that will help. And speaking of building a following, I used to beat myself up. Why didn't I start dance classes sooner? I've been taking drop-in dance classes for hip hop, house, and street dance since I was in uni. I've worked my way up to inter-advanced and even advanced level classes, and I have a pretty strong sense of rhythm and musicality, which saves me from really making a fool of myself in class. Sometimes I'm still awkward and lack that natural smoothness and body awareness that people have who've been dancing since they were kids. So I get no love at the dance studio. Meanwhile, if you're a choreo killer, all the instructors and students will fall all over you wanting to be your friend. I've seen it happen again and again. It is so easy to learn new things, dance, languages, music, as a child when the brain is still very malleable and not yet influenced by society, mean authority figures and peers, negative conditioning from mass media, traumatic life events. Did you know children can learn multiple languages at the same time to fluency before the age of 7? Maybe longer, depending on the individual. And since we're here, as a Kyopo Ise, or second generation Korean Canadian, whose parents for some, okay, I love you mom and dad, I'm just being real here. For some idiotic reason, my parents spoke to my brother and I only in English growing up. We live in Canada. We would have learned English anyway. On top of having Kyopo guilt for a long time over not becoming a doctor, lawyer, accountant, or some other immigrant parent-pleasing occupation, I carried so much grief and shame for not being fluent in Korean. Every time I go to Korea, people automatically assume I'm Japanese because I speak Korean with an accent. The way I speak, dress, my mindset, I've never felt like I fit in there, and maybe I never will. I've made peace with a lot of this, but wow, it still hurts. Anyway, if I can backseat parent for a hot second, consider putting your kids in dance class. It is so multi-beneficial. Great brain and body workout, amazing for confidence and performance ability, body awareness, and it's a great way to meet new people, etc., etc. And expose them to other languages from birth, or consider signing them up for at least one language class. I recommend Chinese, Arabic, Spanish, or French. Knowing even one more language opens so many doors to make friends and connections and for job opportunities. Don't make the same stupid mistake that I did. Leverage that magical window of opportunity when kids' brains are like sponges and can effortlessly absorb languages. Very long story short, I have forgiven myself for not sticking with language learning as a kid, and forgiven my parents for speaking to us only in English growing up. I've also made peace with not becoming a doctor, lawyer, or an accountant. I talk about all this in my book. Writing about it is so therapeutic. And I really think it will help a lot of people. All this to say, if I had started dance earlier, I might be a choreo killer today, and it would be so much easier to make friends and make social media connections at the dance studio. But it is what it is. I'm trying. No, I am focusing on the positive. Like Yoda from Star Wars said, there is no try. There is only do. So the positive. Science is now telling us the brain is plastic and we can learn new things and improve skills throughout our lifetime. And I am so thankful I have the time, money, and mobility to go to dance class. It really is a luxury. And now, when I mess up in class, I don't cry about it. One time I came home from one of my favorite Toronto choreographers, Inter Advanced Hip Hop class, shout out Shavar Blackwood, and I collapsed on my front porch crying. I had choked so bad in his class. I felt so stupid. It was like my brain had completely abandoned me when crunch time came. Now I'm more zen about it. We all mess up, even dancers who are amazing at picking up choreo. And this was really liberating. People are worried about their own lives and how they're doing in class. They don't care if some random Asian chick is messing up the choreography or even falling on her ass. And even if they see me and they judge, do I really care about what someone like that thinks? And I'm getting better at living in the present and remembering that when I mess up, that is just a moment in time. And look, that moment is already over. It's already in the past. Take whatever lessons you can from it and move on. In fact, a lot of the above are great lessons for navigating life. Anyway, when I left my job in February, my number of IG followers was about 380. Now I'm at 437. That's without any engagement on the platform really, just going out a little bit more and connecting with people in real life. YouTube, I'm currently at 25 subscribers, mostly people I know. Thank you, everyone, by the way, who subscribed so far. And they say that to get views, you have to hook them within the first 5 seconds. There's all these other tricks to grab people's attention. I get it, but also, do I really have to be a slave to that? I didn't start a YouTube channel to make money, although If I can make money with it eventually, who wouldn't want that? It's more to share my post-quitting my job journey and insights on how to navigate this crazy world, and share my energy as someone you might want to hang out with online for 10 or 15 minutes. Also, I want to do what I can to combat the dumbing down of society and help protect people's attention spans. By the way, YouTube channels are so slick now. They're so slick now to the point of being overproduced in some cases. I like that mine has a DIY, gritty vibe. I'm aiming to make it cool DIY. I haven't gotten any action from the algorithm yet. Any of the algos, actually. IG, YouTube, Threads. Working on it. Okay, so TLDR. So I didn't study languages harder or start dance classes earlier. What is past is past. It's okay to be in our feels about not the best decisions we might have made, but let's not dwell. Feel it, then take whatever lessons you can from it and move on. Number 2, do whatever you can to keep your brain active and strong throughout life. Read, exercise, learn new skills, do brain puzzles, even if it's only a little bit every day. Anything is better than nothing. And lastly, I want to close with an affirmation. The first one you can change to suit yourself as you see fit. I will figure it all out. How to level up my social media? Somehow. I don't have to know how. I am learning and improving every day. Every day, I do money moves, even little ones, to get me closer to my goals. Okay, that's a wrap for now. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.